All right, let's welcome back in our panel and talk more about this. Republican strategist Aaron Preen is with us. So is Jack Brewer, and we're going to get Patrice Leon-Luco back with us as well. So let's talk a little bit more about what's going on in the world of media. Somehow, news anchor Chris Wallace has found a new job at CNN after the whole CNN Plus debacle. He left Fox about 18 years ago. Apparently, he's going to be hosting a similar show over on CNN. But it makes me wonder, Aaron, why, with so many young, talented professionals out there in the media, that a guy like Chris Wallace keeps getting another chance?
Well, he's part of the legacy media, right? You go back to his father, who was a well-known journalist as well. And so that is, 50 plus years of journalistic mainstream commentary there. That is why Chris continues to get these jobs. He wanted to leave Fox. He went to CNN Plus. That imploded. So now they're going to move him to HBO Max, and they're going to move him to CNN on Sunday nights. And to your point, there is a ton of young political commentary talent, young political journalists who you would think that CNN would want to maybe diversify and bring somebody else into the fold. But they've tanked a lot of money in Chris Wallace already with the failed CNN Plus show. So they're just going to double down on that strategy, apparently. And God bless them, but it didn't work the first time, so I guess why not try it again?
Is anybody on the panel, Patrice or Jack, are you guys tuning in for Chris Wallace on CNN?
No way.
Not a chance. Not a chance. I think he makes the left feel good, though, because he's one of those people that they can look at and say, oh, he used to be on the right. He used to work for Fox. So, now he's kind of come on our side. And he gives them some affirmation on the ridiculous woke narratives that they try to create. And so I think that's why he's there. I think he'll stay as kind of their spokesperson and token child to justify their wokeness. I think he fits that demographic very well.
Jack, I also want to ask you about this ESG stuff with Elon Musk. You're an investor, an entrepreneur, and, do you factor this stuff into your investments?
Now, sadly, John, this has become a huge issue, whether it's oil and gas companies, whether it's private government contractors, private prison companies, and gun manufacturers. I mean, literally, banks are cutting off lines of credit to some of the most well-run companies in our country now just because of this ESG wokeism. And so they're putting a lot of stress on shareholders, on corporate boards that are having to make decisions that they shouldn't be making. I mean, can you imagine just having your credit lines pulled from your banks and having to refinance all of your debt just because of this wokeism and this virtue signaling through this ESG? I mean, they're going as far as telling you who and who you can't put on your boards, labeling your entire business as something that's bad for the country, bad for the environment. And so these things are really serious. It's just the beginning. And these huge mutual funds, these vanguards, and a lot of these mutual funds, they literally are taking these proxy votes and they vote for shareholders. And I'm talking about billions of dollars they invest in companies, and they get to be the voice for the shareholders. And all of these mutual funds have gone woke. And so this is a really big issue in our country, and it's threatening really the progress and prosperity of America.
Yeah, I mean, you're hearing about some of these investment firms like trying to balance out their fiduciary responsibilities with the ESG scores. And Patrice, the other thing you hear about too, these ESG scores are just a way to kind of fast track the Chinese-style social credit system that they have over there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's absolutely a way of signaling which companies are willing to get in line with a particular ideology and which are not. It's also interesting that we've got in California these mandates around corporate boards, whether they're inclusive of women, a certain number of women, whether they include a certain number of people, minority groups, broadly described or defined. And so I think we see corporate America under attack from a woke ideology in lots of different ways. ESG is one of those. The corporate board makeup is another one of them. And it's important that as conservatives, we are on the lookout for this and using whatever levers we can to push back. And I'm thankful that organizations I've been a part of have been trying to push back at least on the board quotas when it comes to women and minorities. It does not help. It does not advance our cause, and it actually has detriments to those that the companies are serving.
Great to see all three of you again, Aaron, Patrice, and Jack. Look forward to our next conversation, guys. Talk soon.
Thank you.